Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this afternoon with Goliath and Brandy, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Goliath's ability to understand and respond to his formal on-leash obedience commands. Lots of motivations and a little bit of correction that we give him when we're working with him and the training equipment that we're using. Brandy is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and she keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in her right hand. That leaves her left hand free to give any correction that's needed, and the only correction that we give is a gentle tug and release on the training collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. You'll be introduced to that training equipment tomorrow and taught how to use that properly during your follow-up training session. Now Goliath is sitting very nicely at Brandy's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is proper leash walking, and the command is Goliath heel. Now this is just basic leash manners, walking nicely next to your left leg, not forging ahead or lagging behind. And he has been taught that each time Brandy stops her feet, he has been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for his next command. So you should always be leading the walk. He needs a pack leader. And if you speed up, he should speed up. If you slow down, he should slow down. And when you stop, he should sit. So this makes walking your guy a pleasure and not a drag. And you notice how he's focused on Brandy. He's making good eye contact. His tail is up and wagging. He's happy. And Brandy gives him a lot of praise, and she has spent a lot of time working with this guy. And he's done a very good job. We're very proud of him. Now the next command that Brandy's going to demonstrate is the sit-stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. The long sit-stay, when you're practicing at home, start out at about 30 seconds and slowly work up to 3 minutes. When Brandy returns back to him, she walks all the way around him back to meet her leash, back where they started at heel position, and at this point he expects to get another command. And they take off heeling again. And you'll notice that he looks at her for the direction. What are we going to do next? And you have to tell him what you want him to do next. And this makes for a nice, stable, happy guy who has a pack leader. She leaves him in a sit-stay, and like I said, practice indoors as well as outdoors. The weather's going to be not getting as nice as it was there for a while. So you're going to want to be able to practice inside, and this is good to stimulate his mind. This time, instead of returning back to him, Brandy is going to use his name, a happy voice. She's going to call him, and he's been taught to come and sit. And that is your recall or your come on command. Brandy's talking to him to keep him focused and motivated. She leaves him in another sit-stay. She walks out to the end of her training leash. She lets him hold it for a minute. Don't run through your exercises too quickly. Make him think. She'll use his name. She lightens her tone of voice, and she calls him right in, and he comes right in and sits. And then he goes back to heel. Now the down commands with Goliath were very, very challenging. Brandy has done everything, including throw herself on the floor to show him what she wanted him to do, because he wasn't going to do this. So we have to give kudos to Brandy for this command. This is your down from a heel position. So with him seated at your left, you take your left open palm, push it straight down toward the ground, and give the one-word command to down and stay. And this exercise, of course, is best practiced right in your living room where it's comfortable and warm and he feels safe. When Brandy returns back to him, she walks all the way around him just as she did on the sit-stay, back to heel. He remains lying down until she gives him the next command. And you can see that he's acting very happy. He's not stressed. He's not unhappy. Always have him seated before you attempt to put him into a down. And he does it beautifully. And this time she will call him out of that instead of returning to him. And have him sit. And then go back to heel. Now we have demonstrated for you some of Goliath's formal on-leash obedience commands. We have lots to go over with you tomorrow when you come to get him. We'll have written paperwork. We'll answer all of your questions. He's been a really, really good boy at school, and we've enjoyed having him, although he can be hard-headed. Brandy didn't give up, and they did a good job together, and we want to thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.